Welcome into the latest edition of the Paige Show. Ask Coach Ford. It's really the Paige Show. I'm just on here so she can yell at me.
What is going on with Ethan over there?
Hey, Gomez is on the struggle bus, girl. Like legit. Buddy's on the struggle bus. I don't know if he can hear me. We can't hear him.
He's not even on here.
I know. We got to have Gomez. He's the moderator, mediator.
Yeah, I need him today because I'm hoping he prepared more stuff than I did.
You know I'm always ready.
I know. I kind of want the questionnaire to be the questionee.
Did you want Devontae on the link tonight?
If you wanted to.
Nah, leave him off.
What?
Couldn't hear.
No, we didn't talk about having him on, so we can't have him on. We gotta be prepped for that. We're not prepped to have him on here. Sorry,
Wait, what?
Devontae.
What are we talking about?
We're just not prepped because we don't know how we don't know what he's gonna be doing.
We just talked about having two on.
You know what I mean? Devontae. We told him we have to bring him on next week.
Oh,
we
yeah.
need to have a team call about that. We need to have a team call about having him join because I'm not ready. We're not prepped to have him. You know what I mean?
I would be using the MacBook,
Oh, okay, he was
but
talking about
it's
something
kind of
else.
lost. It's kind of lost in the move right now. So
Where are you moving to, Gomez?
well, I'm just packing up all my stuff at the moment. So we'll see. I'm just kind of getting out of my house for the moment. Like, crash at my mom's for like a month or two. We'll see.
Okay. Awkward question mark. Like, what in the world? That just escalated.
You
Ethan's
asked.
like staring at the camera like.
I don't even know how to. Okay. Devontae, you're not doing it. Devontae's distracting me.
Was I froze?
For like the longest period of time.
That's probably why.
Why does Ethan look so weird over there?
Oh, thanks.
Not you personally, but like you look pixely.
Brian,
All right, so here's the thing.
data.
We're doing role reversal today, so I'm asking the questions.
Oh
wow.
God. I'm scared.
You said you wanted me to ask the questions.
I know I do, because I feel like my questions get old and boring after a while.
Okay, well, make a decision. What do you want to do?
That is what I want to do.
All right, so this is now the Paige Show. It's just Justin asking questions.
That's funny.
One time.
Gomez, the mediator. Gomez, the mediator. All right, cool. So no, that's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. All right, guys. So let me ask you a question. Now that your Paige is 22 now, Gomez is 25, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what has changed from your time in high school to now, being in your early 20s to your mid 20s?
Oh boy.
Me or her? First.
You first.
Me first. I have a lot more bills than what I had originally. There's that. Life's a little more hectic than it was too, compared to like my early 20s or, fresh out of high school. There's a lot more on my plate, I guess, and like you continue to pile more and more on, I guess, as time goes. Although I would say, it's not a bad thing though that like you kind of continue to pile more and more on, because like why settle? So, how about you, Paige?
Okay, hold on, Gomez. Paige, hit the. Hold on, no, Paige, hit the Instagram invite.
I was charging my phone for a minute. You keep sending them over and over.
It's a good
Gomez, did
question,
you
though.
ever figure out your phone situation to get you on
What do you mean?
the Instagram? Because
These
people
at the
need to hear
same
your
time.
response to this.
I mean, I could probably do it if I had the MacBook, but I don't know where it is. I asked Riley about it. She's already in bed. She's already sleeping. I promise you, once like all this moving and stuff is done, all my stuff's out of my house, I'll have a much better setup on.
Oh my god. What's up, Devontae?
Okay, Gomez, we got to go back. I have to know, why are you moving out of your house? If it's
My
too
lease is
personal, you
up.
don't have to share. But I gotta.
My
Okay,
lease is up, and Riley is also starting school soon. So
she's doing what?
she's starting school soon. So she's not gonna be working as much.
Okay, okay. So y'all moving back in with your mom.
Oh, God,
She is.
Charlie.
I more than likely might, but she definitely is. It's not easy to crash on your own these days, so it depends. I don't know. We'll see.
Mom,
It's not easy
can
living
you
on your
get
own
your
these
doll?
days.
Mom, I'm on a podcast right now. My turn. Oh my god. I like
Karina,
the
we
purple
want
one.
sponsorships. This is the 15th episode. Nobody's called us. Okay, Gomez. So you got more bills. Life's a little bit more hectic. What else have you learned from your 18s to the 20s to 25?
Um, that if you want nice things, that they're expensive, and you also kind of really like I don't know. Regardless of what you do, you have to like work as hard as you can in this life. Nothing's ever gonna get handed to you. So no matter how hard you want to take the easy route, probably the easy route's not really ever gonna present itself.
There's certainly nothing easy in life. So I'm
No.
definitely with you. So, Paige, Paige, what is a lesson you've learned in your 4 years from being out of high school so far?
Honestly, my biggest change in my life has probably been my job. It taught me, because in high
That
school I
too.
wasn't really responsible for anything except myself. But even then, like my parents were doing most of it, and they still do a lot. Don't get me wrong, but like taught me responsibility and especially accountability. Because I don't know, it was very big change, and it kind of like opened my eyes pretty quick on. I still don't know everything by any means. There's still a lot I gotta learn, but I did just get a promotion, so I'm moving on up.
I've learned how to manage money a lot better.
You just into this?
No, I didn't end it. You're froze on my end.
This says
I'll say
thanks for
that for
joining.
sure.
Oh, how do I get back on here?
Hold on. Okay. I just hit accept. Let me know if it works. So, what do you mean? So, talk about this. What do you mean you learned to do what? Money. So, talk about it. What have you learned about money?
I said I've learned to manage it a lot
Me or
better.
him? Oh,
Yeah, you go
Okay.
first.
Paige.
well, I have never been good with money ever in my life. I shop till I drop. I don't save. Well, I didn't save. So I learned, you know, what a credit card is, how to save, how much I should be saving. I learned about retirement funds because this year I was eligible to like pull out a thing for the IRA. So I put like 5% of my check into that. So I'll have it. So I learned all about that. Like I was really stupid with money when I was in high school. And like my priorities changed a lot. So now I know what bills are and student loans and all that fun stuff. It's actually not fun at all. I hate it. You're always like, I wish I was an adult when I was a kid, and now I'm just like, I want to be a kid again.
So this isn't.
Oh, sorry.
So this is not an "I told you" moment. But you remember all the conversations I had with you, and you're like, "You're just stupid," right?
I never said you were stupid.
Okay. What the looks you gave me called me points. But it's okay. Okay, so that being said, so far in your 27-year-old journey, and as your coach, as your mentor, I gotta ask, what's one thing you're proud of accomplishing so far this year?
I'm gonna hurt my mother here in a second. Sorry. Me first again?
So I know you got the promotion, but
Sure.
What else?
I'm just proud of how far I've come in my career, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Me personally, I think I'm killed.
What is your promotion?
What is my
curiosity?
Well, I'm still like in the same field that I've been in, but I'm doing. So right now, I did like teching and stuff, which is taking the patients back, working them up for the doctors and all that. Now I'm going into a completely separate part, which is like selling glasses and doing a lot of math and science stuff, which I've never done. It's a totally new field for me. So I'm kind of like starting over. And I'm impressed because not a lot of people anyways, do that in as short amount of time as I've been there. And it's kind of cool because my grandma did it, and then my mom did it, and now it's me. So it's kind of like a 3-generation thing. I don't know. I'm proud of myself for taking a complete opposite jump into a whole different area in a short amount of time as I've done it. But that's just me. I don't know. And I love what I do, so that helps. Why are you looking at me like that? Because that's not the right answer. I don't know, I'm really challenging myself in that I've always done things that I know I'm good at. And this is something I'm not naturally gifted at. So I'm proud of myself for taking that risk and that challenge because I could just stay in my comfort zone my whole life and not do anything different. I could always stick to what I know, but I'm taking a leap here.
Hey, do you want to switch over to Facebook page? I'm gonna follow up on what you just said. But do you want to switch over to Facebook Live?
That's fine.
Okay, because Instagram's dry. I gotta go to. Let's go to Facebook. Okay. Well, we had more views on it than what I thought.
Yeah.
But let's go to the.
Like, what do you mean it's dry?
It's dry.
Oh.
Well, I have to figure out how we can be able to utilize both connections. We're just going to figure that out. But the money's on Facebook, so we got to go here. Show. Okay, and I got to see how to add you in here. Oh, okay. I got it. I got you. Page. Names. Okay. Okay. Let me know if that lets you jump in. Okay. Facebook.
How do I join this?
Hold on. I just cleared out of it because Facebook was being stupid. Anyways,
Ethan, do you want him to answer? Or do you want to wait till
No. I got follow-up questions for you.
Oh, for me. Oh, lovely. We can't just like say nothing on here. What'd you do today, Ethan?
I worked.
Same.
And so we demolished and tore out more floor. So
Okay, so Paige, going into like a separate industry, what we say math. What do you mean by that? Math and what?
So what I was doing was a lot of like just understanding the anatomy of like the eye and the retina and all that stuff, but what I'm switching over to now is a lot of mathematics, and it's still science, but like math was definitely not my best subject in school, but in this, glasses, you got to be pretty specific or people won't be able to see. So I'm switching over into a field that I'm not comfortable with. I'm not trained in. I don't have experience like I do in my other area. So it's something totally new to me, and it's kind of scary, but I've always stuck to my comfort zone. I've never done anything that I know I'm not necessarily good at. So this for me is like, it may not seem like a big risk because I'm just like jumping from one place to another in the same field, but it's a totally different ball game. And this is kind of a managing position, which I've never had before. So I'll be overseeing like a whole wing of the business, and that's just going to fall on me. So I feel, I don't know, it's totally new, and it's scary and it's hard, and I don't have exactly the timeline that I need to be able to learn everything, so it's going to challenge me in a way I've never been challenged before.
So when you say timeline, what do you mean? Hey, did it let you go live on Facebook with me? If not, we gotta go back to Instagram.
Well, I've never been live on Facebook, so how do I accept? Did you like request me or something?
Yeah,
How do I see that?
I don't know. We'll go back to Instagram.
Okay.
Look at all, man. Facebook's dry. I don't like that. At least Instagram was popping.
yeah, if I
Okay.
knew where the MacBook was, I'd
Okay.
know.
Yeah, Gomez, you not being to be live really throws the content thing off, bro, because we need you on here, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the live is pretty good.
Like you add a valuable component to the conversation that balances out me and Paige. So people are listening to me and Paige have a conversation with you, and then there's no you on that component.
I'm a ghost.
Hold on. Okay.
But anyways, that's good, Paige. So what about you, Gomez?
I forgot what the original question was, to be honest.
So the question is around what has been your biggest accomplishment going into your 20s or so far
Mhm.
this year?
Finishing up my bachelor's is probably one of them. Probably a big accomplishment, I'd say. And then, did you just laugh? um,
What?
No.
let's talk to Paige.
I didn't laugh at
Um,
anything. What are you talking about, bro?
I was
no,
laughing at the
not you.
Instagram live because someone just. Oh, sorry.
But
I
Okay.
was just
it,
not expecting to see
uh,
that person.
probably that, and I guess getting my car. Probably another big accomplishment since I've been trying to save up and get a different vehicle. So, my bachelor's is probably up there though. Like we
There
all
you go.
agreed
That's
last,
something you
like
both should be.
like we all agreed last episode. I guess we all agreed the day wouldn't come, but it did. So I don't look back.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good stuff. And so for me as a mentor and then as a coach, just watching you guys' journey and watching you through the process, it's always interesting to see uh, you guys' take on life, right? And not me walking you and holding your hands through the journey. And so, part of that, your personal growth is always being a constant learner. So, Paige, even though it's challenging you right now, the biggest component is you're being a constant learner. You're putting your best foot forward because what doesn't work for you works on you. And it's really important that to really excel in this life, you have to be able to put yourself in that position to say, okay, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going to figure it out, right? And so here's the foreshadowing. You're learning a system you don't know, so you can come be the future CEO of Ford X Media. If not, then I'll just do it myself, which I have no problems doing because I have to do it now. But it's just one of those things that you're getting that training and you're navigating. What they don't tell you about life, no matter what situation you're in, even though you're a third generation in the vision industry, nobody can walk your journey out for you. Like, it's Paige's journey. Like, your mom can give you so much advice, your grandma can give you so much advice, your boss can give you so much advice. But the way your brain, it's like coaching, right? So your favorite player is LeBron James, but even though LeBron's in the NBA, he can't walk Bronny's journey out as much as LeBron's trying to control this. He's not going to be able to control it. He can get Bronny in the league, but when he retires, then what? Right? Like the NBA is a massive conglomerate, and LeBron's got enough pull, but his pull is why he's playing. But when he retires, he doesn't have any pull left, right? Like that's it. And so that's good for you guys, and I'm proud of you guys for that. I'm glad you actually took time to think about the answer and not just spout off something crazy and embarrass us on the show. So you are working on something. So let me ask you the next question. What has been the biggest lesson since you turned 20?
Whew. That is a tough question. Are you taking this one first, Ethan?
Sure, I guess. The biggest lessons that I've learned since I've turned 20 is that there's a few. One, the money is always up and down, like regardless of how, like because of inflation, et cetera, and other things. And two, somebody is always going through something that nobody really knows, so I try to like stay out of the way and not really like bother too many people about random stuff. You know what I mean? I kind of just try to like stay in my own little, no, I wouldn't necessarily say bubble, but like my own little like vicinity. And like if like I try not to just like overbear people with pointless, needless shit because they got their own shit going on. Sorry, I should curse on the show.
It's okay. So the biggest thing, nobody cares. What you found out as an adult, nobody truly cares.
Yes and no, I guess.
There's no yes and no. There's no yes and no to this. Nobody truly cares. Think about it. If I'm an adult and my lights need to get cut off and your lights need to get cut off, and you call me telling me about your light situation, I'm be like, okay, I have my own light problem here. So what?
What?
Exactly. You know who cares? Your mom. That's it.
True.
That's it. That's one person out of 8 billion people. Do the math on that.
Is there 8?
10 your immediate people. Okay, so 10 people you know care. But your friends that have family and kids, they don't care about your problems. I promise you this. Hey, I can't afford to buy my stuff and I'm a single guy with no kids. We don't care. I'm just speaking facts. And I'm glad you learned that lesson. Paige, what about you?
Honestly, me personally, I used to always care.
Explode!
Can't afford
Say
my
what you
stuff.
want about that, boy, but I'm on that, yeah.
What?
Go ahead.
I
What's the
can
biggest lesson
easily
you learned?
afford my stuff.
That's not what we said. That's not what we said. That's not what we
That's what you
said.
said.
Hold on. No. Excuse me, sir.
You are right. There are 8 billion.
But
Okay. I'll just
hold on. Excuse me, sir. You can fact check this. Excuse me, sir. Let me coach you on this.
So,
I didn't say that you couldn't. That's not what I said. I gave you a hyperbole. Look that up while you're at it, and then type it in the chat on Instagram.
Oh
Nobody
my god.
cares. So what I'm saying is Paige knows. I love both of you guys, right? Equally. Right?
I feel like he loves you more, to be honest. But hey, who cares?
Baloney. Baloney.
I'm just,
Bull.
I'm,
Gomez. I'm
I'm
pretty
just,
sure I've
I'm,
spent more time with you than Paige. Like, get out
I'm
of here.
just, I'm just yanking your chain, bro.
Okay, yeah, come on. That's funny. You showing some humor. That's funny. Normally he doesn't joke around. So, he's normally the dry sense of humor for everybody that's at home on the chat that's like, oh, he's actually talking this week. I know. It's surprising when he talks. Um, he normally just listens. But here's what I'm saying. Say if Paige, and I already told you this, Paige has a boyfriend now, right?
Right.
Okay. If she were to text me and told me that, I'm like, okay. Are we still recording? Are we still handling business? You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. And she's in my people. She's one of my peoples. Right? Right or wrong.
Right.
We've had a lot of battles. A lot. We're probably gonna have plenty more.
Oh,
Right?
sure.
The day she gets married, I'm sure I'm gonna have to hear something. Right? And I'm just gonna have to be a soundboard and be like, I don't really care, but I'm gonna have to listen so she doesn't kill me.
What do you mean? You're gonna be there.
I know, but I'm gonna have to listen, right? And you're gonna have to vent and rave, and I'm gonna have to pretend that I care.
Probably gonna have to talk me back into it.
But you get what I'm saying, Gomez? So
Yeah.
yes, we care, but it's a fake care. Like, I have to care so Paige doesn't kill me. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, this isn't important, but I can't tell her that because it'll just send her off more. Your family and friends aren't going to tell you that because they're calling your feelings, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Paige, what's the biggest lesson you've learned?
Honestly, probably how to take care of myself. Because I used to always be the type to like care what other people think, worry about what other people are doing. If they're this far in life, then I need to be either right behind them or ahead of them. Like, I have learned since I've been 20 and since I've gotten a job, like what I really need to be worrying about, what I really need to be doing. So I don't know. Like, right now in my life, it's all about me, me, me. What's gonna get me where I want to be? What's gonna make me money? What's gonna get me to the life I want to live? And used to, I would have never been that way. And I don't think, if I didn't have the college experience that I had, if I didn't have my job, that I would still probably be in that same place. And that might be a little selfish sounding now. Obviously, I care about other people and stuff, but right now, me is definitely the focus. And I think with age, that's becoming more of the focus. And I like where I'm at. And I'm finally happy with what I'm doing and where I'm going and who I want to be. So, learning to take care of myself and get myself right and what I need to do is probably the biggest thing.
Gomez, I'm happy to see your gaming mouse is out.
Oh, thanks, dude. You know, do that.
I hope
I
I
also
hope you're getting back into gaming. I hope you're getting
actually,
back into the streaming content. But
I'm thinking about it, but I agree with what you said, Paige. Also, too, I'd say not really like I used to give a shit what people thought, but like now, like after kind of like turning 21.2, like I don't really care whatsoever what about like what people opinions might be. Like with the whole YouTube
Yeah,
thing
like,
originally, the whole YouTube thing originally, I sat on that idea forever and never really like took action on it. And so I was like, you know what, screw it, why not? Because I was so like worried about what people might like think via like, wow, he streams video games or does video game
yeah,
content.
I was the
So
same way. Like, the followers are cool, the social media is cool, but at the end of the day, your circle should probably be small. And like, you never know what could happen if you just hit record. Like, what's stopping you? People making
that
jokes,
is
people
true.
making fun. Like, just hit record, see what happens. Why are you looking at me like that and smiling?
I'm not. I'm just staring straight into the camera. I'm literally staring straight at the phone.
You're staring
Now I'm
into a
looking at you
soul.
here. Here I'm looking at you here. Here I am. Look, if you see me, look at me straight. I am staring straight through the phone.
Yeah,
This
but
is
like,
me looking at you right here. When I turn to look at you
Sorry.
here, no,
No
I'm
free
looking at you.
promo. I can't give free promo.
Don't give out any free promos unless we get approved by the advisory board.
Sorry.
But now I'm interested. Who are you going to shout out? I got to know.
Oh, it was Logitech.
Okay. Hey, Logitech, we need promo. We need ads. We need Logitech gaming computer systems. We need all that. Hey, Gomez, I actually have connections to a Elite Tech. If you want to get with those guys, I think you need to. I think you need to go work with them. Honestly, do.
What do they do?
They work in the factory. They run the gaming world in Farmington. They run Elite Tech. I think you need to go work with them. I think you need to have a serious conversation with them about what you can bring to the table with what they're doing. I think that's right up your alley. Okay. Now, I do want to say this. It makes my heart proud to hear you guys speaking with such conviction, because I hear a lot of Coach Ford in you.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, something that I just said just now was like, I've heard him say this several times.
Yeah, because here's the why. And I'm gonna help shift and pivot what you guys said. You're young. You're in your 20s. You're supposed to be a little selfish right now, trying to figure out who you are. You have a long period of time. Granted, Paige, your window is the next 8 years, right? Gomez windows is 20 years from now when he's 45. So the market value for men and women change as you get older, right? Gomez, you feel like I got to be in my prime right now. That's not true. Most men don't reach their financial peak starting until 45. Go look at all the men who have created massive companies, right? So your stressors of trying to figure it out is funny to me. So I think you need to go talk to Elite Tech and really get into the streaming world, get into the gaming thing. They have a phenomenal setup down
Elite Tech, you said?
there. Okay. Yeah, Elite Tech. If you, his name's Scott Peeler. Hit him up on Facebook and tell him that I sent you. But anyways, so Paige, I think that what you're coming into is, I don't want to say you're trying to be selfish in these terms, because people are going to think you're coming off as like selfish, and you're not. What you're being more comfortable with is it's okay to walk through your journey, and that nobody is going to walk your journey for you. And so as you become more comfortable in that, the easier it is to be the person you're going to be. Right? For me, I'm telling you, I thought there was something wrong with me at 23 whenever I wanted to dominate the world and be an entrepreneur in business world. I thought there was something wrong with me because I have 20,000 different thoughts a day around business. Do you know the amount of entrepreneurs that think like me?
Not a lot.
No, there's a lot. That's why we're entrepreneurs. Yeah, the entrepreneurs think the way I do. We see opportunities and we're always like, how do I get into this opportunity? Most people who are not entrepreneurs or business owners or like those type of people, it's hard for them to have a conversation with me, because like your hoodie on, and we're not going to talk about the hoodie because I don't want, we're going to keep it straight. But I'm thinking, okay, if this was a different vibe, if my specific professional role allowed us to, we could rock that and it wouldn't be a problem. But that's not the environment we're in. But you can do that on the paid show. Right, and that's just understanding your demographic and your market and your audience. And, you want to be advertiser friendly, and so because I think in these terms, the reason why, and I already told you guys, I'm Flash. I'm running back in time, saying, "Hey, don't do what I did. Pursue who you are now, right? Because you have this long period of time. Paige, you have 11 years before you turn 33. Gomez, you have 8 years before you turn 33. So it means you have time You have time. What society will tell you is you're running out of time. And then you get on a hamster wheel trying to chase the time wagon. You don't want to do that. So it's good. Okay. So what's a new skill or hobby you picked up recently?
Can I just say what I was saying? Because this is definitely a new skill.
Yeah, I think people need to see how these things translate and correlate in all areas of life. I think that's important. Beast mode.
What are we doing? What?
But think about this. What we're doing is a new skill for you.
Yeah. But
What your promotion is a new skill for you. What we're doing is a new skill for everybody, because what are we learning to do? We're learning to host shows. We're learning to have conversations. We're learning to have, like, today is kind of chalky because we're normally used to Paige driving the conversation. But today it's the roles are reversed, and it's a little bit different because now it's like you see how hard it is when you get asked questions without knowing the questions to be able to answer those.
It's an interesting
I kind
dynamic.
of like that though, because it makes me think.
But it shows you how much further I am in the practice. That's all. It's not that I'm better than anybody. I'm just more versed in the practice of it. And that's all. The rapid fire Q&A without knowing what the questions are going to be. And then to be able to have a thought ready, a well thought out thought ready within a time frame that doesn't make people uneasy or lose the audience. So that's just one of the things that you guys are going to have to be able to work on, is to be able to say, okay, here are my thoughts, and let it be well articulated within the time frame. But okay, so what's the new skill? So math, talk to us about the math and science. Yeah, because Gomez went first the last two times. You go first.
Okay. So the job title is optician. I don't know if you guys know what that is. But so like after your exam's done and all that, after you've seen the doctor, that's like who you go to pick out glasses, pick out everything that you're putting in your lenses, your materials, and all of that. So like with bifocals and stuff, it gets a little difficult because you got to measure right at their pupil, you got to measure right at their lash line, because if it's wrong, if the measurement's in the wrong place, then they're not going to be able to see. Their near is going to be up in their distance. They're going to be mad. They're not going to be able to see. They're going to get headaches and all kinds of vision problems. So it's like really specific, and it's something that I've not had to worry about. I haven't had to be so on point and articulate, and math is not my thing. So, and this is all happening at rapid speed. The office is taking a complete change, so I'm kind of learning this in a time frame that's not totally ideal, because this profession that I'm going into should technically take like a year or so for me to get fully comfortable with it, and I'm trying to learn it in 2 weeks. And it's that's not ideal. It's a big change. I'm nervous, I'm scared, but that's going back to what I was saying. Like, I feel like I should be at this point in my life. I don't, after I turned 20 and stuff and I got this job, I don't so much feel that way anymore. And I'm okay with taking my time and being on my own timeline. So, are you even paying attention?
Yeah, keep talking, Paige. Don't stop the show.
Well, I'm talking and nobody, like, you're just doing whatever you're doing. I don't know. So it's a big jump. I've never done it before. I'm a little nervous, but I'm confident in myself and my abilities, which is something I've never been before.
So opticians can make anywhere, guys, for full disclosure, can make anywhere between $50,000 and $76,000 per year as an optician manager. So on ZipRecruiter. Okay, so
that, geez.
Whatever.
But is that like with certificates and stuff? Because you can get certifications and stuff to make more money. And I'm in private practice, so it's not like a chain or anything like that. So all of that is probably different. Charlie. My God.
So you guys can go to ZipRecruiter and check that out so you guys can get an idea of what Paige is talking about. So no, I think that's dope for you. I feel you're nervous about it.
Yeah, but I'm confident that this is the next step in my career, and now, like, me doing this, I'll be trained in multiple different areas of the office, so it's kind of like I can play any position.
So basically you're training for management.
Yeah, and I've never had a management position before, so not
Lucky
only.
enough for you, your mentor has had multiple management positions.
Yeah, so this is very different. I've always just been in charge of myself, but now I'm overseeing a bunch of stuff that I'm not used to.
You've never really been in charge of yourself, though. You're
And
sure.
this is gonna help my communication skills, which I need in public speaking.
The optician job or on this show?
I mean, I think like the optician job will require me to get comfortable talking with people, constantly communicating, because what are you looking at me like that for? It will help.
I believe it's the combination of things that's going to help you.
Yeah, because I'm.
It's the combination of skill sets. Because if you can go through a rapid fire with me, you'll be able to handle anything. Because
Yeah.
I'm corporate trained and I come from one of the best basketball programs in the area. So I'm trained and defined to be at a high level. So here's what I'm telling you guys. I have all these defined skill sets, and so society wants somebody like me to be normal, basic, average because it makes people feel better. Right? Like and right now I'm gonna take a break from my doctor's degree. I have 12 credits in my doctor program. I'm the highest educated person y'all know. And I'm not dumb. I'm not a dumb doctor person. I'm pretty intelligent. So I work in a sphere of different what most people don't work in. Okay, Gomez, what's your skill you learn?
I'm still very green at it, but boring.
It doesn't have to be your job. We're just talking about in general. We're talking about personal development, growth here, man.
That's a skill, though. Boring's a skill.
You said green. What's your skill, did you say?
Like laying floor.
Lane. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha. Okay,
like
gotcha.
laying floor, doing
No,
flooring,
that's dope,
etc.
bro. Let's
I'm
talk
gonna say
about it.
I'm still green at
Yeah,
it,
you
but
got to be able to do it.
that's definitely a skill I'm slowly but surely picking up. So
No, mad respect at that. You and Paige are in the same path.
I say my first job was at
Yep.
gym at Kingston. So
Oh my gosh, you remember when we worked at Menards together?
I
That
do, I do. That was good
was
money,
crazy.
but I don't.
We've come
I'm not a
so
fan.
far since
We have.
that was like COVID
Now
time.
we're
We've
laying
come so
gym
far
floors
since
and
then.
selling people glasses. Who would have thought?
Important stuff.
Who would have thought?
Important stuff.
You're doing more than that. You're shorting what you guys are doing.
I'm doing
Okay,
several things behind
no,
right
stop. Let me tell you.
now.
You are serving the people God has called you here to serve. You're not just working jobs. You do every interaction. You are serving people God has called you. I'm going to beat this in your head because the day that I die, I needed you guys to go and beat this in other people's heads. Your jobs, your careers, whatever it is you're doing. If you can live your life this way, a life that pleases God and serves the people He brought you here to serve, it makes a significant difference in your life. So you're not just laying floor for the sake of laying floor. You're serving the people God called you here to serve. Okay, Paige is serving people by enhancing the eyewear experience.
Sure,
And so
she's
when
literally
people
curing
come
the
and look at
blind.
your floor, hold on, no, that is
Sorry,
only God can do that. Only God can do that.
that's a
Okay,
bad pun.
let me finish this. But what she is doing is giving people the clarity to see the beautiful work you did on the new Kingston floor.
True.
That, my friends, is dope. That is full circle people's lives being enhanced through two people that God has woven the threads of their eternity and their existence together, and you didn't even know it. That's what's cool. And so for me, this is why I'm the coach, right? You guys are just living life. Coaching is a major skill. Most people don't realize how difficult coaching is. Right? I make it look easy because I cultivate relationships with people. And so what you guys are doing, I commend you, because it may not seem sexy and flashy, but people need to be able to see, and people need to have great floors. And it's just the reality of the situation. And people need to have coaches. My skill is to happen to be coaching, which you guys doing a good job. So good. So that's good. That's good. New skill. Good. All right. So if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? Go, Mess, first.
Japan, because I'm a fan of their culture a lot.
What about their culture?
They just seem very like
Like
peaceful,
what
like not.
specifically?
They just seem laid back and chill. And I love like some of the attire that they wear and their food. I feel like Japan would be
So
sick to visit. But
there you go. Japan's on my list too. So go ahead, Paige.
Oh, literally. Europe, Italy, Greece.
What part of Europe? All of them? All the countries in Europe?
I want to travel all over Europe.
Okay.
Because of the architecture and the art that they have there. I don't know if anybody knows that about me, but I'm like super big in art.
So why don't you share more of that person?
I don't know. It's just always been something I have just for me.
But what if? Well, why don't you share more of that person though? Gomez, why don't you share more of your art, your love for Japanese culture?
I don't know.
Probably because I never thought I could take it anywhere. It was just a fun little hobby, and I've never tried to do it anywhere.
I feel like a lot of people are
Nobody,
like aren't really fans of
bro. I
Nobody
Japanese culture.
literally
cares. Like you
hold
said,
on,
nobody
Yeah,
hold
cares.
on,
exactly.
hold on.
Nobody
But people
cares.
do. Hold on. And people do care. I literally threw myself an alley-oop for this question. People do care. Here's why people care. They don't care necessarily about who, they care about what you're saying. For the people and that girl that loves art, but she's a fan of Paige, and Paige hasn't shared her love for art, and that she wants to travel to Italy and Greece and Rome and Europe, if she hasn't started posting her dream destinations and started connecting with people all across the globe, blows my mind. If there's another alley-oop, don't give myself an assist, give myself an assist, give myself an assist. I'm a great host. I'm great at this. Gomez, for the person that's following you, that's like, man, who is this Gomez guy? He's talking about Japanese culture all the time. Why don't we invite him over to Japan and get him in some Japanese Comic-Con or something, right? Like, you never know. Like, the person you guys talked about is your true identity, and you push it down to society to hit society standard to say, okay, look at me, I made it. But when you say, I don't care what other people said, but then I said, well, why don't you share your love, the thing that's really inside your heart? And you said, well, nobody cares, right? If you truly don't care what people say, then you should share your love for Europe and your love for Italy and your love for Rome and Greece and all those things, because I would like to see it. Right? I don't care to do those things, but I love to see it because I'm a fan of you guys, right? I would love to see how you view the world. And there's a lot of people that would love to see how you view the world, because you may be answering questions they have. They may be answering questions. Gee, I wonder how many other 25 American males in America love Japanese culture. That'd be a great question for Gomez to answer. You should find out. I wonder how many 22-year-old female American females loves Europe, travels. I just talked to a girl yesterday, Paige. This is the stuff I'm talking about. I just talked to a girl yesterday, and guess what? She's like, her greatest trip was she went to Europe, and she traveled Europe for 30 days. And that was her all-time favorite trip. But guess what? You just told me, I don't know if anybody cares, or why would I share my love for this? And guess what? I asked her the same question. She goes, because that's my thing. Right? But guess who she would follow, because she doesn't want to share it on social media? But guess who she would share? She would share that moment with. The girl that's not afraid to share those moments on social media, right? She would follow you. She would share you, and she would share her moments with you because you resonate with her, because she just went to Europe last year at some point, and she traveled for 30 days, and she was just in awe, and it was just breathtaking, and she just She just told me all about it, and I got to live her moments with her, right? And so for that girl that's watching you, and so think about what this does for you, right? Nobody's gonna care. Some old lady isn't gonna care, right? But she is gonna care. She's gonna be like, "Oh, you made my experience so much better," right? And you're like, "Yeah, once we get you fitted, I can't wait for you to take your trip to Europe." Because some people are afraid to dream the dream, and sometimes their only dream is to walk through your doors at the eye care center and get their glasses. And by you saying, "Hey, I just took a trip to Europe. It was really cool. You love the tours, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Or Italy, or Rome, or Greece. I would love to visit the Vatican. I'd love to visit Rome, and Greece, and just some of that stuff, Egypt. But anyways, that was good. That was good. But I really would challenge you guys. That person that lit up when we started talking about your trips, you need to explore that, and you need to have some serious conversations with yourself about why you're suppressing that person.
Just got deep.
Damn. I rethink my entire life now.
I know. I'm just like,
I'm just kidding.
wow. My dream is like to take a solo travel trip to Italy. It'll happen one day.
Solo trip? Interesting.
I want to solo travel so bad. That's like what I consider doing, like mission trips, kind of. Is solo travel and explore a whole bunch of different cultures and countries. And like, there's this thing where you can solo travel and like live with a host family and like work for them and see their culture and do like chores and stuff that they need. And they like, that's what pays for your living there. I want to do that so bad, but
I would do
my
that.
mom would probably kill me. That's my dream thing.
I'd be a
So
maid
so
to do that.
pause. Hold on.
Sorry.
We got to talk about this. Why would she kill you for living your life?
Because I don't think she could handle me that far away.
This
For
is not
a long
about her life. This is not her life.
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
Point.
I'm
I
sorry.
know. I
I'm sorry.
know.
I'm sorry.
I
This is not
know.
her life. This is not her life. And you just took a trip to Mexico with a guy you just met. And so there's that.
Whoa! Why do
He
you
put
call
you
me
on.
out like
He
that?
he put you on the
Because
hot seat.
what
Yeah,
I
he
did
really
not,
did.
I
He's
did
on
not,
here too.
I did not, I would not be me if I didn't call it all the way full circle here.
I love how
And
you
and
said that right after he joined the
but
live.
here's the thing, I don't care. He's not my boyfriend.
That's funny.
Like what? It ain't got nothing to do with me. That's
That's
I
y'all.
why
But
know.
here's what I'm
I love
saying.
you.
That
I love you, bro.
that is your that is your life. And I have a job to do. I have a job and a function to run this show. Like y'all personal life ain't got nothing to do with the show. But what I'm asking is what this does have to do with the show. Why would you living your life be not handled receptively? Well, how long would you be gone?
Uh, like 6 weeks.
That's not long at all.
It is for her.
That is.
And also, I
Ooh,
wouldn't be able to take that kind of time off work.
I feel that.
When would you be able to? Hold on, no. We're not. No. We're going to talk about this because we got to talk about this. When would you be able to?
Never.
Hmm.
That's a long life to live. To not live your life to the fullest extent that you want to live.
Kind of got a point.
It's crazy.
Actually, I mean, you do have a point.
It's
Kind of.
crazy. I've
You do.
already told you. I've spent 10 years running. I'm Flash. I'm running back saying, "Hey, don't do this. Don't do this."
Ah.
I'm Flash. I'm Flash. I'm running back. Hey, be careful. I'm just telling you. I'm forewarning you.
Awkward silence.
So it's not though. is that your plan for 10 years to work there for 10, 12, 20, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years?
I don't know yet.
You know, if it is, that's fine. We're not mad at that. I'm just saying, whose life are you living?
It's not my only plan. I have other things in the works right now.
But that's the most present that's on your heart. That has the greatest tug. Nothing else has the greatest tug because you didn't talk about it.
If I think that I could be away from my family that long, then I might one day do it.
Then you won't ever do it.
It's a lot. It's a big decision.
Would you go to
Plus, the
California to
way the
work?
world.
Hold on, let's do it this way. Would you go to California to internship for 6 weeks?
Yeah, I would.
What's the difference?
Yep.
I don't know.
You're not.
Don't be out.
You're not. You're not wrong there.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
You
I get
got
it. It's in the U.S., so you think it's in the U.S., so you think it's easy. You can
gotta
make
got
that
you on
decision
that
because
one.
in the U.S. it's safe.
It's just the way the world is right now. It kind of scares me to do something like that on my own. I might
Then
do it with.
say that. Don't use your mom as your reason.
Well, she also wouldn't like it.
Who? No offense to Sarah. Who cares?
I care.
Then okay, then live that life that way. My mom's been dead for 29 years, so I do apologize. 30 years. So I have a different view on this. I will say this. My grandma didn't want me to join the Marines, and I didn't join the Marines. Okay? But
That's interesting
in
information.
fair,
I didn't know you thought about that.
I could not. You wanted to be in the Marines?
I wanted to be in the Marines so bad
Did not know
Why?
that. Wow.
because my dad was a former Marine, and I wanted some discipline in my life
How do I not know this about you?
because I
Yeah,
don't share
same.
this often with people. So because my grandma's like, "You're not doing that," and then my then girlfriend, now wife, was like, "You're not doing that." But the show wouldn't have happened if I did that.
I was gonna say, can you imagine if you did?
No, because then I wouldn't have you guys on the call, and I wouldn't be talking to you. And for whatever reason, God's was so. If I imagine that, it takes away from what God has planned, and then that makes me want to be in control of situations. So I can't imagine anything that puts me ahead of God. I can only imagine the life that God has given me. That's it. Nothing outside of that matters. Only thing that matters is the life that God has walked me through and blessed me with this opportunity. Everything else is a fantasy. I don't live in fantasies. I live in this reality. I have two beautiful people on the screen and beautiful people at the world that I get to connect to that I would never have gotten to connect to if I didn't go through the journey that God walked me through. So I cannot imagine that. I can only imagine the people in front of me and how impactful this is on your lives and how important it is to you that I'm on this call. Imagine if I wasn't on this call. Who would you have become? It's hard to imagine, right? That's a loaded question.
We're getting very deep.
We're not deep at all. We're not deep at all into this.
I feel deep.
You asked. You asked, why do you do this? And they go, why'd you get all deep in
I
all
don't know.
this
I'm
stuff?
just like, I want to go to Italy. But if you don't, it'll be the biggest mistake of your life.
I didn't. No. That's not what I said. You and Gomez are doing a good job of saying the things I did not say. That's not what I said. We'll go back and review the tape, man.
I
Go back and
know.
rue the tape, man. That's not what I said.
Let's
All I
go
was
back
just
to hyperbole. It's
I
a
was
hyperbole.
just challenging the assertion that you're using your mom as a reason on not doing the thing that you really have on your heart.
It'll
Then
happen one day.
Then it came back to fear. So now you're living your life in fear.
I don't think it's my time yet.
But okay, it's not your time. I'm the Los Angeles Lakers. Hey, we need you to come out here for 6 weeks and you're going to travel with the team across the globe.
Okay.
See ya.
The Lakers are my favorite team.
Hold on. Did answer the question. Hey, ring. Hey, Paige, this is Beyond Johns with the global team for the Lakers. We got your application to be an internship. We need you to travel with us abroad. We need an answer within a week. Please let us know. Click. By the way, it's a 6-week program.
I would say yes so fast.
Okay. Okay.
I'd hop on that flight for
So
sure.
just say you're just not incentivized to do that. That's fine. That's the different. You see how it changes the conversation. Just say I'm not incentivized to do that right now. But you're going to turn down an opportunity to meet LeBron James? No, you're not.
I did that in a
There's
heartbeat.
no way. You're going to turn down
Nah.
a chance to meet Bronny James and their family? Absolutely no way. You're going to be like, Mom, this is once an opportunity, once in a lifetime opportunity. I got to go meet LeBron and I got to go work for the Lakers.
That she might understand.
Who wouldn't understand that?
True.
What are you 22, 6 weeks out of your career to be with one of the top organizations in the world? You're going to turn that down and be like, no, I think I'm saying Farmington.
Never.
What? Hey, and by the way, LeBron's family here, we need you to help. You know what I mean? Just whoever. You know how it is. Or some rookies coming in from overseas that they're working with. And you got to be on the team, the people that helps, whatever they do over there.
That's literally one of my dream jobs, to be a NBA photographer.
You help do their itinerary. Or you're on the Lakers media team. Hey, we're on the Lakers media team. You got to be on this thing because this other girl, she's on maternity leave. No, I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to stay on the podcast, Coach Ford and Gomez. What? We would both tell you you're stupid.
I'd say
We would
the
both tell you
same.
you're stupid for that. What do you think, Gomez? Would you tell her she's stupid if she didn't take it?
I would tell it to her face. Respectfully. You're an idiot.
Exactly. Who's going to turn out an opportunity to go work for an NBA organization?
No one.
Especially at 22. And you don't know if that opportunity is going to come around again. Like when we got to go play at the Memphis Grizzlies Stadium. Can you imagine if I would have said no? Oh, I think I'll get another opportunity.
No, that was crazy.
All right, cool. So we're at our hour mark. I got one more question for Gomez.
The heck?
Well,
Why am I not included?
Well, because you answered that last question. We didn't let Gomez answer it.
Oh, okay.
Gomez. All right, this is going to be a really good question for Gomez, and then we'll wrap up. Gomez, what's one thing you wish older generations understood about being in your 20-somethings today?
Older generation?
Yeah.
That's a hard question,
I just want everybody to know I'm freaking good at this. I want everybody to know I'm freaking good. Alley-oop, done. I'm freaking good at this.
That's a hard question to answer. Because, compared to then to now, it's such a digital technological era. So, there's two completely different worlds to compare. That's a hard question for me to answer, to be honest.
So, but how's a hard question? You
I
just
have
answered
so many answers.
But how's a hard question? You just answered it. It's a different world, but it's not. Gomez, think about it. Let Paige see what Paige says, and then Gomez come back.
One, starting with the technology thing. Almost X out of this. The work ethic, the motivation is not what it once was. They think doing technology and whatever and influencing and all of that stuff is not real jobs. I think so much goes into being an influencer or a celebrity and all of that stuff. And we don't have to kill ourselves working 12-hour days, 5 days a week or 6 days a week, whatever, to be considered a successful living. That and buying a house now is not what it once was so many years ago. Buying a car now is not what it once was so many years ago. You can't compare the two because it's not anywhere near the same. Raising a family then is not how it is now, especially safety and all that stuff too.
Now it
Money
takes
is
a
not the
village for just
same.
one
The
kid.
world is not the same. safety is not the same. There's just no realistic way you can side by side compare the two, I think.
No, that's good. I think. Go ahead, Gomez. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, definitely too, compared to then, like there's
Excuse me.
so many more ways to make money now compared to back then.
That are totally valid and realistic ways.
Right.
It doesn't mean you're working less hard because you don't have a physical labor job.
There are literally a plethora of ways to make more money compared to then.
Like, you can't even compare my job versus yours. Is he still on here? What the heck just happened? Oh.
Sorry.
You can't even compare, like, my job compared to yours, because you have a more physical labor job than I do, but I think my line of work is just as needed and valued and hard work ethic as yours. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. No, everybody plays a vital role. For sure.
Yeah. I just don't, like, they always try to compare their situation to ours, and you just can't do that. They're nowhere near the same. Some aspects, sure, you can, yes, but I don't know. If it's always like, back in my day, we did this and this and this, and that's how you're successful. You just can't do that anymore.
I will say
What are you doing?
few people I have had conversations with about like influencer and content creating, etc. They've all definitely said like, it's not a real man's or person's job, etc. Which, I mean, to each their own, whatever. But my opinion on content and influencing is it's definitely a risky game and a risky play. That's my only take on it. Just because you have to keep that momentum going. And if you don't, how do you get paid?
And they're making like good, solid money. It's not like they just get in front of a screen and whatever, and it just happens for them. They're sitting, putting in hours and hours of work. They're working a full-time job doing what they do, creating, editing their pictures, editing their videos. Like,
Right.
they're putting hours into the things they do.
Hold on, Dennis. I want to answer your question. I'm going to go into some of your things.
So,
Oh, I want to talk to the Paige. I want you to go back and listen to this, and then we need to discuss this in next week's episode because I'm about to go in, but I'm not going to go completely in today. But I want you to bring this topic back up because I want to be asked this question. But I want to touch on it right now because Gomez just struck a bang with me. And not Gomez, but the mentality.
wait,
Yeah.
I pissed you off?
Gomez. No.
I was about to say.
No, that's not what I said. Oh my gosh. Stay with the programming, Gomez.
Sorry, bro.
Paige is on the same page with me. Paige, you got it. You know what I'm talking about. You know where I'm about to go with this because we've talked about this a number of times. Go back and we got to discuss this moment in the broadcast. So it'll be at the hour and 10 mark. You'll have to scribble all the way to it. People who tell you that are not. Do you know what economic era we live in? I'm about to go in on this. What economic era are we in? Because this is how you answer their question. This is how you push back on this. What economic era are we in?
Like based off of corporations and like.
No, it's not. What economic era are we in? Google search it real quick. Google search it. No, Google search. Why don't you Google search?
Oh, I'm nervous.
So you had an industrial revolution. You had an agricultural revolution.
What economic era are we in now?
Tech.
The global economy
looks
surprisingly resilient.
We had tech, right? We're in tech. So you had the dot-com boom. Before that was automobile automation. Come on, let's talk about it. Agriculture for the longest period of time.
Just tell us.
What is everybody worried about? What's everybody worried about?
like in general, what is
Think,
everybody worried about? Like people?
think about it. What are they worried about? I want to see if you guys are paying attention. What do you guys
I
think people are
mean,
worried about? You know the answer. You just haven't touched on.
Money.
I feel
Nope.
stupid saying inflation.
Nope.
No, but that's true.
AI.
Oh
Oh my
yeah,
god.
that's a
No.
good point.
No. There's no, oh my God. There's no, oh my God. This is the era we're in.
That's a
I
good point.
know.
How many AI videos are on TikTok? Dude, so many.
No, that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. You're talking about people who are telling you that it's not a real person's job. Why? Because they're not living in the permission era. We don't live in the permission era that most of your family grew up in. What was the permission era? Where you had to ask people to write books. Think about it. You had to go to the newspaper to get things published. You had to go to your whoever to get a movie script. You couldn't just be anybody. Couldn't just go to Hollywood. Anybody couldn't just have their show. And then what was created? This bad boy was created right here. This telephone that was created. Then the permission era ended because guess what? Google came around and said, hey, we'll give you a search engine that answered all your questions and you didn't have to go to the library to get information and read books. We're doing a call on this Zoom right now that we couldn't do forever ago, 10, 20 years ago. 10 years ago, the technology was here. 20 years ago, the technology wasn't here like this, but it was here. 30, 40, 50. So the people that are telling you that there's no security, what is their job security whenever people are getting laid off in droves?
Sorry, I saw the thumbs up.
Answer the question. So what's security? Because they've been in their job for 20 years. They have security.
I mean, I guess job security, yeah.
Do they?
Not necessarily. I mean,
Or
if you think
nobody's
about it,
applying for those positions? No, I'm saying, or is there nobody applying for those positions? What's the turnover rate at these companies?
I can agree on you saying nobody wants to apply for those positions because, I mean, I'm not going to go into detail, but I agree with that. Nobody wants to work,
Do you want to go
but
work the jobs that these people are talking about? But people do want to work. Paige just said it. People are working.
they are.
We just spent an hour and 20 minutes on a show we haven't got monetary gain on, but we developed skills through. So because you don't want to go pay, and I come from a blue collar family. I come from a blue collar family. My uncle my granddad worked as a MoDOT manager in Missouri. My uncle worked on the roadway. We worked construction. I learned how to pour concrete. I learned how to be a blue collar worker. So that's not a problem. I can go be a plumber right now. Who do you think does the demo and rehab most of the time in my house? I got to go install a pool. I do those things. But we hire out people. Why? Because everybody is designed to do something different. Because you're not doing a manual labor job, which those are extremely needed, does not mean you're not doing something valuable in society, which you're working flooring systems, which is a beautiful job. I love it. I want to learn how to do flooring. Because I want to be able to be in the market to where people can call me at any point in time to do plumbing, electrical, flooring. I want to be able to do it all of it. And I still want to be able to create content. I can create content right now. Watch me demo my wall. I can demo my wall right now and get a bunch of hits. And then you get all the people
Yo, make
on
a video.
YouTube talking
Make a
about you
video.
did it. You did it wrong. Hold on, bud. You did it wrong, bud. I know. I posted on here just so you come hit the algorithm for me there, folks.
Make a video on
See?
how to demo
And
your wall.
I'm getting paid 3 ways. How am I getting paid 3 ways? I'm getting paid to do by YouTube. I'm getting paid by Instagram. I'm getting paid by Facebook. By these people commenting on my inability to do it right. And guess what? Once I learn how to get good at it, I can now promote this to potential clients. Now clients say, hey, we saw your come up and your ability to demo and rehab and be a maintenance man. Can you come to my house and do this for me? Yeah, hey man, I'm extremely booked. It's gonna have to be the project is starting $100 an hour for me to work. Well, sir, everybody else is busy and booked. We saw your content. We want to follow you. So I'm getting paid 4 ways. And then don't let me have a specific brand partnership with a corporation that want me to use their specific product. Now what are we talking about? Who has more security? The person that has a personal brand like Elon or the person that doesn't have a personal brand?
Wish that would stop happening.
You didn't answer the question. So you're not equipped to have these conversations with people. I'm equipped to have conversations with people. They're going at it from a different perspective, so you can't have this conversation with them because you're 25. I told you, men don't hit their economic stride until when?
45.
45.
45. You're not even in your 30s yet, bud. So of course you're going to have a hard time having a conversation with people. I have no hard conversation. What are they going? I'm a grown man. Why are you making videos on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook? Because they're paying people $110,000 in 1 month. Well, that ain't you. It ain't me yet. It ain't me yet. But I'm gonna get there, sir.
Sometimes I feel
$30,000.
like
This is a
people.
business opportunity.
Go on, my bad.
No, sir. Let me finish. You don't have the data and information to combat with him. I do. I'm versed in this. Hey, do you remember the numbers I sent you when we first started about how much content creators are making on scale? Do you remember the low number?
Wasn't it like 60,000?
That's medium.
Oh, medium. Really?
Yeah.
I remember talking about it. I remember this conversation.
So anywhere from $40,000 to $130,000. So what are we talking about? So if you're really good and a company wants to hire you to be their creative person from anywhere between $43,000, what's the difference in being hired to be a marketing manager for somebody or a sales manager?
I can't tell if this is one of those rhetorical questions or if I'm supposed to answer.
I'm asking.
Because Ethan's over there. I don't know.
I'm asking Gomez, who sells your flooring jobs? Who sells your flooring jobs?
Depend. I mean, the guy who sets up the jobs. So.
Thank you. What's the difference in between a content manager? What's the difference?
And whoever our contractor is, I guess, for the job too. But
they still somebody's got to have a personal brand to sell.
Right. No, I mean, we got to get attention for our business for us to either lay the floor. So.
But what's the difference in the content? Just because somebody's not seeing it online, it's still content. That customer has to look at it. Your job is the content. It's just in physical. There's no difference. See, the thing is, I'm versed in this. I'm studied in this, so nobody can argue with me. Right? They can argue with you because you're not versed in this and you're not comfortable in it. I wrote a book. I have sales on the book.
Yeah, I would say I was kind of versed in it.
You see what I'm saying?
Stopped making content,
but you're not versed in it. It's not. See, here's the difference. They are listening to you from a content creator's perspective because they don't know how to create content.
Yeah,
so they're judging you based off their inability to do this. Thank you.
Yeah, no, they never did it. I'm not saying I take their opinion to heart or I take it to.
So what are we talking about here? You do take it to heart. We talk about this every episode.
I just shared it. No, I just shared
Oh,
how
okay.
like some of the guys I
I
worked
got
with at
sidetracked.
Ford Systems expressed their
Oh,
opinion
okay, I got sidetracked. Okay,
on how they viewed it.
so but ask them how many times they stop and watch TV and watch TikTok videos.
Oh, probably all
Paige
day they're
watching
probably
One Tree
scrolling
Hill
through
right
TikTok.
now. No. Paige is watching One Tree Hill right now.
But I also think like a lot of people
So a lot of people what? He froze. Anyways, that's Big Brother for you. But anyways, so what do you think, Paige? That was a good show. That was a good
That
episode.
was. I like that. I like switching it up a little bit and really making me think.
It just shows you how bad to the bone I am with it.
Oh, whatever. Oh,
It's easy coming up with questions.
really? Because I find it hard. Because I mean, it's probably is easy for you because I can't answer any of them, but you can. So it's hard to keep like coming up with new stuff.
It's not. You're just not using all the resources to you.
I didn't know we could ask random questions.
Yeah, I told you the only thing that was off limits was I don't care about people's relationship statuses. I don't want to talk about that. That's a waste of my time.
I feel like we should avoid politics too.
We haven't talked politics. We don't talk
That's what I'm
politics or
saying. There's a
relationships.
reason that I never ask.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
This is stress people out.
No, it's not
Make
about stress people out. It's just pointless. And oh my gosh, before the people at home come beating in our comment, that's not what I'm talking about. That's just not the show we're doing. We're talking to 20-something-year-olds, and most 20-something-year-olds do not care. They don't. So what was you saying, Gomez?
all died. But right. But no, what I was saying is, I feel like some people literally just like envy you or your like life or the stuff that you do just because they would like to do that as well, but they just don't really either have one the ability or just I guess like the confidence to do it.
It's not necessarily that. They just don't know how. So they cannot compartmentalize it. Like, go back and listen to the episode, the very first beginning. I told you there's a reason why I am the person that I am. So, okay, here's the way. Paige, I told you one coaching call with me is $3,000. Now, that's exaggeration. My actual coaching call number is $325. Okay?
that was an exaggeration.
Yeah, but my actual coaching call number is $325.
I thought you were just out of your mind.
No, my actual coaching call number is $325. Now, depending on the person, if they want to be stupid with me, it's $3,000.
Okay.
So, Paige.
Yeah, but how long is that call?
An hour.
I was just curious.
Go ahead. Okay, Paige, let me ask you. Now that you're going into management and after all the coaching calls we had, and whenever you have leadership management questions, do you believe it's worth $325? And we're getting ready to test you on this because I want to work on my sales pitch here.
Oh gosh. Well, what all do I get?
What keeps you up at night?
My insomnia.
So let me ask you, with you being a new manager and not having the corporate trained background, would the payoff on having a proven system to help manage and reduce your stress and anxiety for the on-job performance, what is that worth to you?
I mean, me personally, right about now, I'd pay just about anything.
Gomez's phone died again.
I just kind of ignore him. He's always up in and out of here. But the amount of stress that I'm under as a new time management position, I can't even tell you. It's only been 3 days, and I'm already like not at my breaking point, but I know I'm stressing pretty hard. So if there was a way that I could do extra hours and get myself ahead of the game at all possible, I would probably take it.
So is that $325 worth the payoff on the lessons I'm going to teach you?
I would say so.
Yeah, so he's missing out on the good stuff. See,
I know.
he's missing out on the good stuff. But people at home, he needs to go back and rewatch this. So, yeah, because you're looking at it from, I need to be taught how to be this thing. Why else do people go to college and pay thousands of dollars to colleges? But you don't want.
That's kind of like this, because I can get certifications and I can get these things and go to conventions and classes and stuff and make more money from it. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about when you say that, like, your coaching call would be what that is for me. Conventions and
Exactly.
certifications and what it's going to take me to get to the next step in my career and make more money at the end of the day.
Now, those are good for the industry. What I'm talking about is, how do we take all those things you're learning from the industry and then putting that into an action?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. How do we help reduce your stress? Because even though you'll have the information, right? There's a lot of professionals that have the information. They still call coaches. Why?
Perfect their craft.
Exactly. That's why LeBron pays $1 million a year for his fitness
On his
coach.
body. That's insane.
But
It's
why does the average person think that it's crazy to spend $325 with a coach to improve their mental performance for their job that could potentially lead to 10x to their performance? This is why people stay stagnant and never change.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have the motivation or drive or want to get better. At least not
But
today
anyways,
that way we do.
so you need to go back and snip out the minute, the hour and 8 mark that we was talking about, because I think that's a good conversation topic piece.
Yeah, it's an investment in yourself. It's going to pay off in the long run.
That's our next show topic.
Investment? Okay, yeah.
No, investing in yourself.
Yes, I agree.
So for everybody at home, if you're one of those people that will make it hard for me to coach you, it's $3,000. I don't want to coach you. If you're a coachable person, it's $325 for a coaching call. What is the payoff? Better decision making, better sleep at night, handling doubt. I mean, there's a lot of mental skills here. I don't know what else they want me to. Oh, I don't know if that's going to be. Then continue to wallop in your fear and uncertainty of doubt.
Fair enough.
But seriously. But we need to talk about that. We need to talk about the investment of using a coach. You know what I mean? Like, really think about this. People, like, improved performance, improved confidence, better stress management, enhanced motivation, better focus, concentration, enhanced communication. The greatest of all these is the feeling of not being by yourself. That you have a coach that can look at your playbook and say, okay, this is the direction you're going. This is how we pivot. This is the skills you're going to need. All those things make a big difference. Look at the Boston Celtics win the NBA championship. Coaching matters. But hey, that was this week's call. Gomez is nowhere to be found, but he needs to jump on so we can upload the show. It's been Mr. Dreams to Reality, Coach Ford, the mentor, the coach, and tell the world who you are, or end the world, end us out, take us out.
As always, I'm your host, Paige James.
The hostess with the mostest, Paige James. Next week, hey, everybody tune into next week, because next week's going to be fire. I'm coming on fire with the people that's hating on content creators.
I'm bringing the heat.
I'm coming on fire. I'm telling you, I'm coming ready. Mad shout out to my content creators. If you're a content creator, check this out. I am going to start offering content creator coaching. I'm going to do it on the low. I'm going to start doing group calls for $97 an hour. Get with Paige. Hit Paige up on paigeames.com. And then book with her, and then we'll get you booked. So I'm going to start doing coaching calls, business coaching for content creators. What I've noticed and learned is content creators are not good at being business-oriented people. They're not good business people. They're not good business people. Paige, I want you to take note of this. Content creators are not good business people. We are going to offer content creation business services for them, cater to content creators. Why? Because I'm a business person that just happens to make content. I'm actually a better business coach than a content creator. So my content is for business coaching for content creators. Okay? And I won't charge you an arm and leg. We'll do calls, get it set up. Go to paigeames.com at Ford Media or hit her up on Instagram, which is probably most ideal because I don't have any other stuff set up. All right. So that was an ad. So hit her up at Paige Ames on Instagram so we can get this book. Seriously, we need to start promoting these coaching calls for content creators so we start getting paid. Seriously. They're not good business people. They're not good at business. Seriously, go into these groups and I'm networked with content creators. They're not good at business. They're good at content, right? Would LeBron make a great basketball coach? Are we sure? Has there been a lot of great basketball players become great basketball coaches? Think about that.
You.
Not really. I wasn't a great basketball player. I was average. All
right, Mr. South Iron Championship.
No, but in comparison to the national level, I was below average.
Okay, well. What makes you different is the mindset.
Yes. But from an elite perspective, from an elite physical perspective, I wasn't at that level. I was just an average build person. From a mental perspective, elite. Yes, definitely elite. So, business, content creators. Tell Gomez, get off. Content creators. We are offering business services for you. Paige is learning how to be a manager of her own company, so she'll be able to walk you through managing your operations and affairs. I am versed in business services. All right, tell Gomez to get off the call.